What am I making? Oh, is that Joe? I'm making a cookser, like a wooden drinking cup, man. Just like that. There's one I made earlier. There we go. That's what I'm making. Awesome. Cheers, man. It's getting a bit cold in here. I feel a bit chilly. Should have put a jumper on, really. But it's the season. Yes, it is definitely. Doesn't get as cold over here though. It's about 15 degrees Celsius at the moment, sunny. So it's nowhere near as cold as it gets in Canada, but it's cold for us. Brother, I'm saying sorry to you in advance because we are going to start World War III and you are working very hard for your career. Okay, awesome. You go ahead and do your World War III thing. I'll just carry on carving cups and stuff like that. Supposed to be nice here. Yeah, awesome. We're supposed to get an Indian summer in a couple of weeks, so it'll be about 25 degrees Celsius in October, so it'll get really warm, and then it doesn't really get too cold here until like January, February are the worst months, and it gets probably the lowest, probably about -5 degrees, something like that. It's not cold. But let's see. What else you made? I made all sorts of things, man. There's some spoons that I made. I'm going to dish these out as Christmas presents. Yeah, it's probably about the same here at the moment ish. But there you go. Look, there's some spoons that I carved. I'm just going to give these to friends and family at Christmas. Made a pretty cool walking stick the other day. There we go. It's got a barley twist in it. They look great. Yeah, cheers, Joe. Thank you. That's awesome, man. What else do I make? I make little doors out of the scraps. Oh, there you go. Look, there's a little fairy door. I'm going to go and find some tree stumps and stick these on tree stumps with little pathways coming off of them, just to spin people out. That's what I do. I carve stuff. I'll go foraging, I'll go for walks and stuff like that. I'll go up to the woods and do a lot of forestry stuff. Oh, I found a monster chicken in the woods yesterday. It was huge, and then I looked at it. It was a bit past its prime, which was annoying. And I found a couple of really big dryad saddle as well. But I love your accent. I assume you're English too. Yeah, I'm English. Yeah. The kids will like that. Yeah, definitely, man. Found loads of glistening ink caps and the old fly agaric, amanita muscaria. Found a few of those kicking around. They're normally in the graveyard. Loads and loads of apples this year. I've been collecting up the apples, cooking them down and putting them in the freezer to make apple crumble and apple pie with and all that sort of stuff. There was loads of plums as well, actually. There was a lot of plums this year. Loads of Mirabelle. Marjorie plums, Victoria plums, loads and loads of different types of plums. It was awesome. Chanterelle, lobster mushrooms at the moment. Awesome. I've never found a chanterelle. I need to go to there's a forest near me, and it's basically forestry blocks. And what it is you got like one block's conifer, and it's all moss floor and all that. So I'm expecting to find some good stuff in there. And then there's a beech forest, and then there's like hazel and ash. So it's all different sort of what's his name? Sorry, I'm getting messages. It's like all different habitats basically. So I'm going to go out there and see what I can find, because I'm guaranteed to find some mushrooms up there. I found some big paracels as well, but they were right on the path where people walk their dogs. So 40 to 80-year-old forest, fair play. I mean, we have got ancient woodlands, but we haven't got any like coniferous ancient woodlands here. But there are ancient woodlands. Find a lot of boletes. I can't remember what they're called. They're like blue, purple. I'm colourblind. It's hard to tell without my glasses on. But they're like big blue mushrooms. They look fucking really cool. My mate found a load of morels in the spring. There was a conifer forest, and there was a big forest fire in the summer, and he went up there in the spring, and then we put regenerated forest for found well. Oh, okay, cool. I have a butcher's about. There's so many different types of woodland around. I'm sure I'll find them. I've seen people picking them on like Facebook forums and stuff like that. So we're go and have a look and see what I can see. Problem is I don't drive, so I rely on other people to take me. That's the issue. There's a place near us, and it's like a big it was an old lord's garden basically, and it's huge. It's massive, and it's a deer park, and they've got like 2,500 deer kicking around in there. They just walk around all over the place, and you get some good mushrooms in there. Lots of paracels and shaggy paracels over there. Loads of field mushrooms about at the moment. Lots of yellow stainers as well, which is dodgy. Yeah, it's a really cool place. It's next to my mate's forest, so next time we go out there, I'll ask him if we can park up and go for a little mooch around the deer park, because there's a lot of big mushrooms around there, lots of different types. It's definitely worth a butcher's. In my mate's woods, you get a lot of brittle gill. You know, the little ones with the brittle gills, obviously, because they're called brittle gill. But you get a lot of brittle gill mushrooms up there. They're pretty cool. I don't actually know if they're edible or not. But my mate, the other day, he brought me round this massive, big old thick book on mushrooms, and it's got thousands of different types of mushrooms in it. So, what did I find yesterday? I think it was a Russella, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So I'm only learning mushrooms. I've been doing it for about 3 years, but I still don't trust myself. But I know my plants. I've known my plants since I was younger, because I did countryside management and forestry at college. So we learnt a lot about plants and trees. Didn't really do mushrooms though. I'm more confident with plants. I'm happy enough to pick plants and eat them, but when it comes to mushrooms, I'm still learning. You know what I mean? It's better to be safe than sorry though when it comes to things like mushrooms. Because there's so many that will just stop you dead in your tracks, you know. They'll take you out. Oh really? I didn't know that. Oh, awesome. I'll have to keep my eye out then. Get a lot of roll rims, but they're not edible. We get a lot of roll rims around here, and there's loads of big Scots pines over the back, and you get a lot of shaggy paracel over there, and around the birch trees you get the old birch bolete. The warm day. So in the next couple of weeks, when the weather's meant to get hotter, I'll go back to that spot and have a look. That's coming out quite nice. This is a bit of spalted sycamore, as you can see. Look, all the dark patches on it, and hopefully when I oil it, it'll come out like that one with all the spalting in it. Yeah, I always find I go out looking for mushrooms and I can't find any. It's when I'm not looking for them, that's when I find them. You know, you're walking around and you're like, wow, look at that, look, and you go down and you have a butcher's. I mean, just round the corner from us, there's a dead horse chestnut tree. And there's just a massive dryad saddle growing out the side of it. I've never noticed. It's right in the middle of a load of houses as well. I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, juniper, yeah, nice, nice, awesome. I made one out of cherry. I made like a little camp spoon, like these little camp versions for like, I'm going to send one to my mate, and I've made one for myself. That's the one for my mate. This is made out of, what's his name? Ash, just ash, so, you know, it's not nothing special. But this one's made out of cherry, and you can see the heartwood in the cherry. I was walking through the graveyard in the summer, and they were cutting down and trimming up all the cherry trees. I was just like, can I have one of those logs? He's like, yeah, help yourself, mate. So I grabbed the big cherry log and dragged it back to my house. Absolutely knackered me out, but it was worth it. Yeah, beautiful purple grain. Yeah, awesome, man, awesome. I like yew. Yew's got a beautiful grain to it. I've seen a lot of people making stuff out of yew. I wouldn't really want to, me personally, I wouldn't really want to make any spoons out of it because obviously, you know, it's a poisonous tree, but I'll definitely carve some faces out of it and stuff like that, you know, like do like my little wizards, things like that, you know. I'll definitely give those a go with it. It's got a really reddish. Oh, there we go. Zoomed out then. That's the problem with this. You lean forward and it goes all blurry. I carve a lot of oak and ash because that's the main thing in my mate's forest. I make walking sticks out of hazel because it's nice and strong. It lasts forever. I mean, I've got a hazel walking stick that I made when I was 16, and it's still really good. It's still really strong and nice. Like my old wizard staff that I made. That's made out of hazel. There he is, look. The old wizard with his beard that twirls round. I'm after some blackthorn or some plum or something like that to make some walking sticks out of. Plum's really nice to carve. Is that a waistcoat? Yes, it is a waistcoat. Are you in a biker gang? No, I'm not in a biker gang. I just like wearing waistcoats. Arbutus. I don't know what that is. I've never come across that tree. It's not one we get around here. If I'm saying that right, arbutus. See, that's the thing. There's so many different types of wood out there that are really, really beautiful to carve. You know, you get like lovely colours, beautiful grain. No, I just like wearing waistcoats. I've got a big top hat that I like wearing sometimes as well, just because I like wearing it, you know. If you like something, wear it. It's one of those things. Don't worry about what other people say about you. As I said before, and I'll say it again, opinions are like arseholes and everyone's got one. It's one of those things, you know. Old saying that is a good one. You know, if you feel comfortable wearing something, wear it. I had someone try and have a go at me for wearing a t-shirt the other day. They're like, oh, that's a cheap t-shirt. I can't remember what shop they said it's from because I don't go to the shops. I don't go into towns or anything like that. You know, I don't buy stuff. I'll be like, oh look, there's a t-shirt. I'll order it off the internet. That'll do. It's, you know, it's whatever it is, I'll wear it. It don't really bother me. And I said to him, I said, how old are you? You know, like I'm 40 years old, for Christ's sake. I don't care what I wear. If it's comfortable, I'll put it on. You know what I mean? If I feel comfortable in it, I'll wear it. Why should I care what other people think? If as soon as I start caring about what other people think, I'm gonna have a sad life. You know, I don't. It's, you know, none of my business, especially some stranger on the internet. It's just like, someone said to me the other day, cut your fingernails. I've got long fingernails. My fingernails are like steel, man. Do you know how handy it is to have long nails when you're doing woodwork and stuff like that? When you're peeling bark off of trees and doing bushcraft and things. Do you think our ancestors sat there bloody trimming their nails down to a little nub? Nah, it gives you better grip. That's what your nails are there for. You know? Your nails stop your skin from rolling around the bone when you're pushing down and grabbing things. They're there for extra grip. You know, I'm not going to go out of my way just because someone on the internet told me that I should do this and do that. You know, people always go, "Oh, your beard's all over the place." Who cares, man? Let it go. You know, I don't care if my beard's all over the place. Why should you? You know, the fact that they care more about it is a bit worrying, really. Just one of those things. Of course, when I was a kid, I used to care. You know, I used to have to wear all the brand stuff. You know, and all that. You know, I have to wear expensive clothes and all that. But now I don't care. I mean, Christ, I've got a 380 quid barber jacket sitting there. You know, I'll wear that, and then I'll wear my 10 quid one that I got from Lidl. You know, it's just like it don't bother me. It's really not an issue. It just depends on what I fancy wearing. You know, I've got like 160 quid pair of Dr. Martin boots, but I prefer wearing my 30 quid ones from bloody from the sports shop, the cheap sports shop, because they're more comfortable. You know, it don't really matter. Dr. Martin's big heavy leather boots, hiking boots, nice and light, semi-waterproof. You know, it's just, at the end of the day, it's no biggie. The expense doesn't equal good quality. Exactly, that's it. You know, it doesn't. It just depends on what you like and what you're comfortable in wearing. It just makes me laugh. As I said before, you know, as soon as you start caring about what other people think, you're gonna have a sad life. Fellow Englishman here, what's England like these days? I'm in Australia. It's standard England, really. 1 minute it's boiling hot, next minute it's pissing down with rain, then it's windy as you like, and then it's all cold and icy. Yeah, cheapest pair of rubber boots. That's it. I used to have wellies. You know, like, oh, they're over there. Sorry. You know, I've got size 14 feet. You know, I'm not going to be bloody messing around buying expensive shoes, and I kill shoes. Like, you know, I walk all over the place. I'm always jumping in puddles and stuff like that. You know, if there's a big flooded bit in the woods, I'm not going to go around it. I'm going to go through it. I ain't going to be spending loads and loads of money on them. There's no point. I used to do that when I was in my 20s, when I worked on a building site, and I realised, you know, the really expensive boots last just as long as the really cheap ones. The only difference is the really cheap ones don't, you know, you don't worry about killing them. You know, you got a nice pair of boots, and you're working with cement all the time, and you know, you're getting concrete and stuff on your shoes. They just eats through the leather, chews through your shoelaces. You end up with holes in the sides. The ends of them end up looking like crocodiles. You know, it's just all the stitching gets eaten by the cement. There's just no point in buying expensive stuff. In 2020, I hiked 3,725 pair of Wellingtons. Exactly, that's it. Too right, bloody too right, man. There's quality. Proper hard walking wellies, but yeah, that's decent, man. That's decent. Before my heart messed up, I used to walk all over the place. I used to go up to the South Downs and just walk around the hills, and I'd spend all day. I'd walk 30. What was it? Yeah, it's about 30 miles at work, constantly carrying bricks around and running around like a lunatic, and then I'd get a lift home to town, and I'll be like, no, I need to go in the shop. I'll go in the shop, get myself some donuts and some chocolate milk, and then I'll walk back home. It's like another 3 miles home. Can't fault Adidas Terex hiking shoes. Yeah, fair enough, man. Yeah, say like whatever. At the end of the day, I've got a cheap pair of these blooming things. Where are they? And I've had these for over a year, and I normally wear the bottoms out of shoes really quickly because I'm quite heavy and quite big and do a lot of walking. But look, the bottom of those is just, you know, still got some life left in them. Oh, oh, a bit of stick stuck to the bottom, you know. And these are just cheap. These cost like 30 quid, man. And you can't, they're bloody massive. I know they are. Look at the size of those things. They're like bigger than my head. But you know, wore a pair of keen hikers in 3 weeks. Exactly, man. It's just what you like, you know. In the summer, I barely wear shoes. If it's warm enough, I wear flip flops, and that's it. I'll buy a pair of bloody cheap pair of flip flops and just rock around in those, you know. It's only in the winter I wear shoes, really. At the moment, I've got my old slippers on. Keep my feet warm. Bad circulation with that though, and my feet are so big as well. They the blood don't get to them. 150 UK, but I ordered them from abroad. Paid 45 quid. Just had to wait 3 weeks. Bargain. Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. That's it. You know, you can get if you can get 150 quid pair of boots for 45 quid, you're laughing, really, aren't you? I mean, like that big mushroom book my mate brought round. He got it from a charity shop. It cost him nothing. They said, "Oh, just have it." And it's a hang on, I'll go and get it. It's a proper big old you know, extensive book on mushrooms. Cost absolutely nothing. Madness. You know, you can't really argue it. I mean, look at this bad boy. Big old book on mushrooms. It's you know, it's got pretty much, not all the mushrooms, because obviously there's thousands of them, but it's extensive, you know. It's got cross sections, how to identify them, how they smell, you know. It's crazy, man. All your different types of mushrooms and shit in there. That cost me absolutely nothing. Someone didn't want it, so they took it to a charity shop. My mate asked how much it was, and they said just take it. So, you know, quality. Yeah, so it is a good book, man. Liberty caps in there. Yeah, man. There's a lot of those about. Where I went for a walk yesterday, that's a good spot for them. I mean, not my cup of tea personally, but when I was younger, but not anymore, not nowadays. I'm too old for all that. I remember eating bags of them when I was younger, but we used to go up the woods and go camping and sit there tripping balls. But yeah, man, that's a decent book, you know what I mean? That's you know, it's got a lot of stuff in it as well. And he got me another one, which is about English hedgerows. Like the beard, man. Yeah, it needs a bit of a brush, really, to be honest with you. I've got really curly hair, so it all ends up stuck to my face. But it is actually quite a long beard once I've shampooed it, and then it's all fuzzy as well. As I say, with really curly hair. All my actual hair fell out when I was about 18, I think. I went bald, but the old it migrated down my face south for the winter, you know, went to warmer climates. That's what I say to the kids anyway. Keeps your face warm in the winter. It's not, beards aren't good in really cold weather though. I mean, it's alright in England, places like England, but you know, when you breathe out in the winter and all the moisture sticks to your face, imagine doing that in like -30. You'd end up with just a block of ice stuck to your face. I knew a Scottish bloke and he was a deep sea fisherman, and he was saying, yeah, you don't you have a clean shaven face, man, because if you have a beard, all the ice just sticks to it. You end up with loads of ice stuck in your beard, and you can get frostbite on your face and stuff like that. So it's not great, but it's good in the summer as well because it shades your face. But I've had a beard for quite a few years now. I can't remember me without a beard, actually. Funny as all the way from down under. I've been watching this Australian bloke on YouTube, and he's been controlling the camel population on his farm, and he's just absolutely relentless. He gets like 130 in a day, man. He's just constantly blasting all these camels. I thought it was pretty cool to watch. Ever been to Wales Wild Camp? We normally go around the Brecon. Yeah, I've been to Brecon about 6 times, I think. I used to fish the is it the Monmouthshire Canal that goes through Brecon? I think it's the Monmouthshire Canal. I used to fish that quite a lot and used to catch like dace and stuff out of there when I was younger. We used to stay on a farm, Aberbran 4, I think it's called, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I got the Welsh name wrong. But yeah, Aberbran 4. Real sick down under. I thought it was awesome, man. I liked it, mate. I like a bit of pest control, getting rid of invasive species and stuff like that. We've got a wild boar population now, and there's about 1,500 of them between here and Kent. And there's no actual season on them, so you can just go out and blast them. But finding them's quite hard. You think 1,500 wild boar would be quite easy to find, but you know, when they fix my heart, I'm going to go on a mission to try and find some. Obviously, keep my distance. I don't want to get gored by a boar. Got beaver as well. Beaver are taking hold in England, and the nutria, you know, the big giant water rats from Brazil. They're starting to pop up in places as well where they used to breed them for fur, and obviously they escaped. A bit like the mink. There was a mink farm, wasn't there? And loads of hippies decided that it would be a good idea to free the mink and liberate them, and they didn't realise they're like miniature wolverines. You watch him too, yeah, Jack out the back, isn't it, or something he's called? They're like miniature wolverines, mink. I mean, Joe would tell you they get mink in Canada, and they just eat anything that they can overpower. And they thought they were liberating them, and these things just went out into the countryside and absolutely destroyed everything. Yeah, beavers, man. I think they introduced the beavers on purpose. Everyone loves a beaver. Oh yes. Yeah, it's mad. There's even a population of wallabies, isn't there? I can't remember what county it's in, but if you look it up, there's people that have got videos on them and whatever, you know, like these nature people that do all these videos and stuff. Yeah, wallabies. We get ring-necked parakeets down here, where they escaped in London and started breeding. And I was walking down past the graveyard and I heard this bird call that I didn't recognise, and I was like, "What's that? That's well weird." And someone got their window open. They got a parrot, you know, like. And I looked up in this big tree, and there was a ring-necked parakeet sitting up there. I've got a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, the camels, mate. It's so brutal, but it's just I can't stop watching it. It's like the blokes in America sorting out the feral hogs, and they've got a jeep, and they've got a bloody minigun on the side of the jeep, and they're just blasting all the pigs as they're driving around. And one of them, they have an old BMG, the old 50 cal. You got wallabies? Yeah, check it out, man. Type it into Google or YouTube, there'll be a video on it. Yeah, there's wallabies in the UK. There's some really random creatures kicking around. Beaver is good eating. Yeah, I've heard that. I'd happily enough eat a beaver. But yeah, I'd happily enough eat a beaver. Yeah, I'll try anything really. I'm not fussy. I'm not squeamish. I'm not like a vegan or anything like that. I'm not like oh, the animals. Vegans make me laugh because they're like, oh, it's cruel to kill animals, and you know you shouldn't be killing animals. They're sentient beings and all this stuff. And then you think, well, that farm where you get all your vegetables from, that place, every living creature in that place that could potentially eat your crops has been killed. You know, deer, rabbits, birds. microfauna, you name it. It's all getting butchered and getting completely destroyed so you can have vegetables. And then you look at a cow farm and they've got like 26 cows on the field, and the field's got rabbits, foxes, deer, you know, like bird life's amazing, and you're thinking, well, yeah, okay, like those cows are going to die, but they're bred to be eaten, and it's actually created like a wildlife refuge in a way for certain species. There's a free kookaburra. Yeah, I've heard about that actually. I've heard about that. There's I see a video pop up on Shorts, and the bloke was standing there, and he's like, I think only like 3 of them have been spotted, but wallabies are good eating. Yeah, I'd happily. I've eaten kangaroo. Kangaroo was nice. It was like really sort of. It was quite. I'd describe it as quite a tough beef, to be honest with you. Very beefy, very similar to beef. Beaver is like a really good beef roast pot. Oh, awesome. Kookaburras, what's going on? Yeah, seriously, look it up, man. There's all sorts of things. Where creatures have escaped and whatnot, and they're kicking around. It's absolute madness. What time is it? I'll have a butcher's look. Let's have a look. Oh, nearly 11 o'clock. That's all right. The only annoying thing about carving out a cup is sanding the inside of it. That's the frustrating bit. The outside's nice and easy. Once I get a bit of oil on that, that's going to look pucker. All that grain. Oh, there's a bit there. Tell us a joke. Okay, I went to the zoo the other day, and as I was walking around next to the lions, there was a cage, and it was full of like French sticks, rolls, bakery goods, and all that sort of stuff. Nothing else in there, and I was really confused. And I walked up to the zookeeper and I said, mate, what's going on? Why's there loads of rolls and stuff in that cage? He goes, oh, they're bred in captivity. Anyway. Yeah, you're a funny bloke. I'm going to subscribe. Oh, cheers, man. Cheers, mate. It is appreciated. Get the old subscribers up. Yes. I love a dad joke. Did you hear about the dyslexic terrorist that tried to take over London Zoo? He ended up taking 6 ostriches. I won't tell any of my rude ones on here. One of my... That's cold, I use it. One of my mates come up to me the other day and he said, I'm going to change my career. I said, well, what do you want to do? He goes, I want to become a farrier. I said, a farrier? Have you ever shoed a horse? He goes, no, but I once told a donkey to fuck off. Anyway, I'm going to stop now because I just get stupid. Cook beaver every Sunday, it's the best. Yeah, definitely, man. If it's illegal to shoot them over here, but if I ever come across beaver meat or anything like that, I'll definitely try some. I'm not gonna say no. Giant rat, isn't it, basically? I'll definitely have a chew on the beaver. Whee, here we go again, the old beaver. But yeah, yeah, man, I'm not opposed to trying things. My mate years ago ordered one of those African meat baskets off the internet, and it had like kudu in it and all that sort of thing. And we were sitting there in his garden with the old barbecue on, trying different steaks and stuff. That was pretty cool. He's like, try this one. No, really gamey, really nice. Well, I made some wine the other year, and I've got a mate who does a lot of shooting, and he was like, "Oh, can I have a couple of bottles of wine off you?" I was like, "Yeah, just come and get them, mate." And he's like, "I've got. How much do you want for them?" I was like, "No, I don't want any money. You know what I mean? You're my mate." I said, "Just come and get them. Like they're there. I made 14 gallons of wine, for Christ's sake. You want a bottle of wine? Help yourself." And he come along and he bought me like 10 pheasants, and he said, "What do you want? Do you want 10 pheasants or a leg of venison?" And me being an idiot, I was like, "Oh, I'll have the pheasants." You know, pluck and gut them. Should have taken the venison really, but I do like a pheasant, to be honest with you. Well, I had partridge as well. I had a couple of partridge, and it just brought back the days of my younger years, really. So yeah, I was reminiscing with the game birds. Oh, it's pheasant season now, isn't it? 1st of October, I think. I'll have to take my rifle up the woods and sit there in my mate's old Land Rover with the window open, drinking cups of tea, waiting for the pheasants to come around. And pop a few in the head, bring them back and eat them. Free food, isn't it, at the end of the day? We used to sit in my mate's field and shoot pigeons when we were younger. Pigeon's good. Love a bit of pigeon, especially when they're eating all the crops that these, as I was saying about the vegans. You know, they moan when all their crops are eaten, so you have to go out there and blast all the pigeons to stop them from eating everything. This is good sandpaper, man. Get a lot of life out of it. I need to order some mineral oil, and I'm going to get myself one of those little open L knives for mushroom foraging, because all the knives I've got are pretty much illegal to walk around with in your pocket in the UK. That's the best eating beavers once a week. It's better than I do. Beaver. Well, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea because I'm English and that's what I do. And any time of day is a good time for a cup of tea. I haven't had one for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and I'm going to jump off. What am I sanding? I'm making a cup. I didn't know if I showed you. I'm making a wooden drinking cup as a cookser. It's going to look something similar to that when it's done. Just a little wooden, like bushcrafters use them for getting water out of streams and stuff and drinking tea out of. I need to order some mineral oil as well. That's another good one. I don't know if I showed you. I make like spoons and stuff like that as well. There you go. Look, there's a spoon that I made. Make the old spoons. Can you hunt doves? Not really. No, not in the UK. But we do have a lot of pigeon. I know doves are really good to eat, but people like the doves around here. So it's I don't know actually. I'm not 100. Don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure you can't hunt doves. I did actually do gamekeeping at college, so I should really know. But from my knowledge, I don't think it's not very big in England hunting doves. But pigeon, definitely. A lot of people shoot pigeon. I do remember an old episode of River Cottage where he's shooting doves off of this old lord's house. Maybe. I'll have to check that one out. I'll have to double check it. If I knew, I've forgotten. You know, one of those things. But right, chaps. Anyway, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. I'll be on again tonight, about 8-9 o'clock English time, GMT. Like I normally am. I thought I'd just come on this morning because I didn't have anything to do. But Right, guys, nice speaking to you again, Joe. I shall hopefully speak to you again soon, man. It's always a pleasure. Brendan, cheers for the subscription and all that, mate. Have a good one. Enjoy yourselves, guys, and have fun. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. There we go. Whee.